Hey launch leaders, I am doing a PowerPoint recorded session so that if you are not able to make it to the launch leader workshop in January that you can go over this pretty quickly. So the first thing that we did, we had some reflection time and Jackie did an absolutely amazing presentation where she told a story about a child that when she taught Edge would come a little bit early to her sessions, usually during the time that she was setting up her stations. And she was getting a little bit irritated at first. The kid would always arrive early and was always kind of taking away from her time that she had there. And they wouldn't ever talk about anything particularly very important, like Thanksgiving side dishes or Halloween candy or Christmas lights or whatever. And so the child was always there each week. And at the beginning, like I said, it was kind of an irritation for her. But later in the year, they really, got to bond and get to know each other. When the child was finished with the year, they mentioned to Jackie that the time that they had together had meant so very, very much to him because it was the one place in his life that he could go where there wasn't fighting. And so it was just an amazing moment where she kind of had this aha time, and she was able to say, hey, this is a moment that might have felt frustrating to me or irritating, but I really made a difference. What I did, even though it was a very small piece, made a difference in this child's life. And remember that as launch leaders. So, to help you remember that you make a difference and not to ever forget what you do, that you change lives each week, let's look at some pictures of some of the kiddos that you change lives for every day. And we have a little video here. Looks like it's not playing, but she says thank you in the video. So for the lesson plans, let's go over, if you didn't get your physical copies, then we'll get them to you the next time that you do come to class. You also have online access through your Google Drive. I know I've put up mine. This is Jenny. I know Jennifer's put up hers, and Jackie is getting hers ready to send out. Our lessons have been modified, and they're going to continue to change throughout the year with the feedback that you're giving us. So please give us that feedback as much as you possibly can. We're obviously new to this program and new to this style of lesson planning, so anything that you can tell us that would help would be absolutely fantastic. And if you would like to give feedback and you don't feel like doing it face-to-face, on the StAnne.org launch page at the very, very bottom, there's an anonymous comment card if you would like to fill that out. So if you have any special needs, accommodations, or individual needs that you need help with, we have online training for first and second grade that we can help you with if you would like to ask for that, or just ask your coordinator. So speaking of special needs, in 2018 fall, we're going to be starting a special needs program full out in St. Anne's. So right now we've been talking to other churches that are in the area and getting some feedback from them. And we're going to be launching this program in launch. So if you have children with mild disabilities, they're going to go through mainstream classrooms. So like kids with dyslexia or ADHD, they're going to stay in the same classroom. If there's several children in that room with some disabilities, we're going to get an additional helper to help out in that room. But for children with severe disabilities, we're going to do separate classes to where it's going to be one-on-one attention for those children. And if you would like to help out in that, please let us know as soon as possible so we can start getting those numbers there and getting all of that ready. And we're going to give training, so you don't have to have some special needs certification or certificates or anything. If that's something that you would like to do, let us know. We're going to get training for you for that. So lockdown drill overview, we got our lockdown drill audit back and we have a couple of violations. So just going over some of the procedures that you need to make sure that you have. Our next lockdown drill will be an unannounced audit because we had so many violations. So this one, not even the staff will know about. So make sure some of the things. Number one, make sure that your walkie-talkies are on and ready for your announcements. And make sure that once you hear the code, all your doors should be locked and closed all the way. Your door windows should be covered. Also, your exterior window blinds should be down. Make sure to block the doors with furniture. This is one of our biggest violations, so that if you have a podium or a table or something that you can put in front of the door, that will help to get rid of that violation for us. Participants are to gather in a corner or horizontal to the door and get out of sight. Room lights need to be off. The children need to be in silence. That one, almost everybody had that one going on, so we were really great there. A new procedure that we're going to start is that unless you hear the words code green while somebody is opening the door, you need to be ready to fight, because God forbid in the circumstance that somebody gets one of the staff members and grabs one of their keys and starts opening doors, if they don't say the word code green, it means it's not a staff member, so you need to be ready to protect your students. All right, next thing is safe reporters. This is a mandate from Father Ray, making sure that we all know that every single person who is working here as a volunteer or a staff member is a mandatory reporter for any suspected or observed abuse. And if you do suspect or observe any of that, you need to report it within 24 hours or you could face fines or jail time. Make sure that you're calling CPS or that you go directly to Father Ray and report the incident, and the two of you call CPS together. If Father Ray is not available, then go to the next priest, like Father Robert, Father Gabe, Father Joe, and they can help make the call. Do not let the launch office know, because if you do, then we are also on the clock for 24 hours to report the incident as well. So just making sure that you're staying eligible for volunteering, make sure that you've got your background checks and your virtues training all up to date, and if that is about to expire anytime in the next couple of months, you already get on that and get ahead of the curve for that. If you have any volunteers that are going to be helping out in the classrooms, please make sure that whenever you send out any sub emails, that make sure that they have their background checks completed. Well, certification, we have a lot of workshops that have been coming up, and I've been sending out a catechist newsletter with classes and webinars, DVDs that you can use to help get your catechist certification. And the purpose of catechist certification is twofold. So not only, number one, does it help you when you're teaching your classes to theologically be sound and ready to answer your children's questions in your classes. Number two, it helps you to go deeper into that relationship with Christ. And so in order to know Christ more, you need to have the information and background. And so these classes help you with a lot of those things, with church history and prayer and spirituality and faith formation through moral development. So if you would like access to any of these classes, we have a list at the launch office of different ones that you can take. We've got DVDs and webinars that you could use. Again, they go out in the Catechist newsletter, which comes out on the 15th of every month. So make sure it's not going to your junk mail, or double check it. The next thing that you can do is on August 18th, we do have a Catechist conference. This is going to be a really nice brand new one. It's going to be at the Renaissance Waverly Hotel and Convention Center this year. And we're going to get some national speakers, and those can knock out several catechist requirements in one day. Make sure that you're reporting your certification classes, webinars, whatever you're doing, onto your log. And if you need another copy of a log, then make sure to touch base with the launch department. I did send one out in email a couple of days ago. So some quick reminders that we have here. Subs, if you can't get one, please let us know so that we can get one for you. And if you can get one, please also let us know so that we know who to suspect who is coming here. So we need to make sure that we keep eyes out for them, that we get them in the right place, get them all the right materials. And if we don't know a sub is coming, then we can't help them out. Also, please remember to be timely to class so that little people aren't left unattended in their classes. Remember, carpool starts 15 minutes prior to class. So if you're here prior to that, that would be really helpful. Thank you. First Communion workshop is coming up on February 11th, and a lot of the catechists are also parents in second grade. And so several of them would like to attend the workshop as a parent, and so we're asking for other catechists if they would be available or willing to help be a sub or helper that day so that a catechist who is a parent can attend the workshop as well. And if you have a second grader in your household and you would like to register your second grader, catechists have early registration on January 11th from 11 a.m. to midnight only. And then open registration starts on January 14th at 8 a.m. So if you have a second grader, you get first dibs. And the last things are, how can we bless you? What can we do to make you being a catechist at St. Anne's easier, more fruitful, and wonderful? So we have been sending out some surveys, and the results that we're getting for those, we're making those changes and modifications as quickly as we can. And we can help you one-on-one if you need any assistance with how to modify a lesson or classroom management issues, or helping with time management or transitions or anything. We're happy to do that. We've been offering a lot of workshops, and I put some videos up online if you need those. So if there's anything else that you need help with, please let us know as soon as possible. And thank you for taking some time to listen to the meeting that we had the other day. You have a blessed day. Bye-bye.